Please welcome to the stage 10-star Diamond Director, $1 Million Club member, Fortune 25 leader, Elite Bonus recipient, Platinum Paysetter, and proud grandmother, Collette Larsen.
Thank you so much. I can't believe it's been another year. What an incredible convention it's been. I'm telling you, every year. I always say my heart's so full, I'm afraid it's going to leak out my eyes. And those of you that know me well know that that's a possibility. You know, I am somewhat of a collector. I bet there's just a handful of people here in this auditorium who have every single USANA publication. Sterling might be one of them. I'm the other one. And Dr. Wentz probably has them. I've got every USANA magazine. And a couple weeks ago, I dragged them all out because I was curious. I wanted to go back to that first convention in Park City. Now, I wasn't at that one, but I wanted to see what the theme was of every convention. The first theme you probably saw up here the other day when Dr. Wentz was speaking. It was called Setting Your Vision. Isn't it interesting that vision was in that first theme? The next year was my first year at convention. Las Vegas, baby, Las Vegas. It was place your bet on excellence and cash in on USANA. What a theme, huh? They've gotten better as the years have gone on. I went down through all of them. The next year was Snowbird, Dream High. They went on and on. I loved the one... USANA for All Generations. I can't remember now. I think that was about 2000. And it was sort of when we started, those of us who were pioneers in USANA, we were starting to get this idea that this is not just your mother's network marketing company anymore. USANA for All Generations. And hasn't that come to be? Awesome. I loved Hearts of Gold, Connecting Dreams. Last year was one of my favorite, Changing Lives. And this year, No Limits. No Limits. Now, I remember back to about 10 years ago, maybe even 11, I think it was 1998. I was in Sydney, Australia. I think it was our grand opening, I believe. And I was standing back at the auditorium, and I was listening to this incredible woman. She was a platform speaker, you know, world-renowned platform speaker, and she was amazing. And I was standing back there, and Dennis Waitley walked up to me, and I turned to Dennis, and I said, how does she do that? I mean, how does she keep coming up with all that great material? Dennis looked at me and smiled, and he said, Collette, let me let you in on a little secret. He said, for professional platform speakers, it's much easier to change your audience than it is to change your speech. Do you remember that, Dennis? But for those of us that speak at USANA, and you know, I've had the privilege, the honor to say something at almost every convention, even that first one in Las Vegas, just a few of us, but they asked for testimonials from the audience. My knees were shaking, but I thought, I've got to share what's going on in my family. I stood up and spoke then. But you know, every year I feel this responsibility because you're my peers, because I love you. I want to share something with you. And what can possibly be said about No Limits on Saturday afternoon that hasn't already been said by the most eloquent speakers in our industry? My gosh, the people that have been across this stage this week. It blows my mind. So I was going, no limits, but I wasn't too worried because I treat myself to a week at Sana Vive about a month before convention every year. And I did this the last week of July this year. And you know, when you go to Sana Vive, and please, when I say when you go, you must go. Can I just say the Sana Vive dinner last night? What a highlight that was. Those of you that were there, I don't know, I wish all of you could have been there. The inspirational testimonials, the delicious food, and I mean really delicious, organic, healthy. It was fabulous. Anyway, I knew I was going to be at Sana Vive, and when you're at Sana Vive, every morning you have a half-hour meditation. And I have received so much personal inspiration from my time at Sana Vive. You sit in this beautiful room, the glass windows are open, you can hear the waves crashing against the cliffs, and I just knew my message would come to me. Well, I was there for a week, and although, you know,